I just want to share a neat little find I had while messing around with a tool that feels like a tiny quality of life miracle for long-form content creators. So I loaded up a file, just a random conversation I had recorded, and I decided to transcribe it. But what made me smile was how the transcription came back annotated with speakers. That one little label saves you a ton of mental context switching when editing interviews or podcasts. I told the tool to detect 2 speakers and hit transcribe on the audio file. Super fast, by the way. When it finished, the transcript looked typical at first glance, with words and punctuation doing their best. But next to a bunch of lines, it had these tags like speaker 1 and speaker 2 that you can click on. What I love about that is the playback feature tied to each speaker chunk. You tap the snippet and it plays back that exact bit so you can confirm who is speaking. In my case, I instantly recognized one voice, and the other I quickly labeled 2. You can scrub through and the whole thing gets annotated. Who said what, where the energy spikes, and where the pause is. It's little, but it completely changes how you work through the footage. You're not guessing who said what when you clip something down later. It's right there in the text. But here's where this tool starts being way more than just a smart transcript. Once it's annotated by speaker, you can let the AI pick the interesting bits for you. I hit a button to find the moments that could perform well on social media platforms. It scans for emotional spikes, laughs, strong opinions, or where a question flips into a surprising answer. From a long conversation, it pulled out about a dozen potential short clips without just making blunt cuts. It suggested hook-worthy opening seconds, trimmed dead air, and even gave me alternative edits for different platforms. You'll notice other tools try this, but usually you have to constantly babysit the process. They often give you clips that are too long or chop off mid-sentence because they miss the context. This tool's clips felt way more human because the annotations help it weigh the energy of the exchange. And here's a practical finisher. Once those short clips are generated, you can queue them up in a content calendar. You can drag clips into a publishing schedule, tweak the caption, add tags, and then let the system auto-schedule them. I especially hate manually logging into different platforms every single day to post content. The auto-schedule option lets you set a cadence, like 3 clips a week, and it publishes automatically according to that pattern. It's a ridiculous time saver for busy creators. Let me be straight. Other platforms do some of these things well, but they have their own quirks. For example, one competitor has amazing editing, but can get pricey for high-volume creators. Another one nails transcriptions, but isn't an end-to-end pipeline, so you still have to schedule elsewhere. This tool's sweet spot is stitching the whole workflow into one seamless flow from start to finish. Having the transcript labeled by speaker also makes collaboration with a team or freelancer incredibly simple. You can tag team members and point to exact timestamps for any requested changes without endless back and forth. That massively reduces friction when repurposing long streams of content into dozens of short posts every month. I saw this save me during a panel discussion where the energy hopped around between 3 different people. After transcription, the tool highlighted 2 perfect moments that had universal aha lines ready to go. I just scheduled those 2 clips across the next 2 weeks with slightly different captions to test the tone. Another time, a guest dropped a repeatable one-liner that worked perfectly as a short, shareable meme. Vizard sliced that short clip, added a suggested caption, and I just let it post automatically while I was traveling. That automated clip got the same high engagement as the ones I typically spend hours polishing by hand. Also, sometimes transcripts pick up filler words and messy phrasing that needs cleaning up. The clean edit mode suggests tighter phrasing for captions, but it never forces you into a totally sterilized rewrite. Every clip gets metadata attached automatically, speaker names, topics, and keywords, so searching through old content is painless. Now, to be fair, speaker detection sometimes stumbles with heavy background noise, requiring a quick manual correction. The auto-edit suggestions aren't always marketing perfect either, sometimes favoring authenticity over a polished, lifeless take. But that's fine because the main goal is to save you time on the grunt work. The integrated calendar and scheduling mean you don't end up needing to pay for a separate social scheduler tool. So yeah, this workflow changed how I approach long-form content entirely. Load the file, label speakers, let the AI pull out the viral pieces, and then schedule the ones you like. The interface is fast, and the speaker annotations are just a delight when 2 people are riffing back and forth. If you do a lot of interviews or panels and want a steady stream of shorts, this workflow is worth trying. Honestly, for me, that little bit of seamlessness is the feature that keeps me coming back every time. That's what made me smile today, a fully organized content pipeline that I didn't have to manually build.